ever wondered what God actually means when he says something is good? Well, the truth is, it's way more impactful than you think. If you didn't know it already, the Hebrew word or term for good is the word tov. Tov is very commonly used. In fact, you've probably heard it before in the phrase mazel tov, which just means good luck. That tov is the word good. But tov in Hebrew is so much more impactful, so much more powerful. That small little word, T-O-V, is packed with all kinds of influential meaning. And the cool thing is that tov shows up right at the beginning of Scripture, particularly in the creation story. The amazing thing is that through the illustration of the creation story, through those 7 days, everything that God creates, at the end, ultimately, he says is good. The cool thing that we don't always see is that God wasn't calling his creation good. In fact, or when he was creating it, in fact, he was calling it good when the creation did exactly what he created it to do. So when it existed in obedience to what God called it to do, that's when God said that it was good. And what we continue to discover is through the rest of the usage of Scripture, that word tov in the Bible, that word good, is not just about appearance. It's not just about quality. It's not even just about morality. It is actually a picture of fruitfulness. It's a picture of replication. It's a picture of reproduction in one's life. And this impacts us, and it impacts our lives and our faith, because the picture we see of good throughout the text and throughout the Bible is actually assessing the fruit that one produces. It's assessing the fruit that you produce in your life, not just how morally you live, not just about being a good person the way that we think it is. And much like Jesus showcases us, even in his own teachings, a tree is not judged by height. A tree is not judged by the number of leaves that it has. A tree is not even judged by how green it is. But instead, a tree is judged by the fruit that it produces. So too, this is with our lives. It's not just about being good, it's about being fruitful in our lives. It's about walking in obedience to God and his word. It's about pouring into the lives of others, inspiring them towards God and his word. And ultimately, it's about serving others and love and compassion the way that Christ served us. So at the end of all creation, at the end of our lives, when God brings us home and we're walking towards him and we hear that faithful statement, "Well done, thy good and faithful servant." He's not just talking about that we were a good person or that we lived that moral lifestyle. He's actually commending us and recognizing that you and I were living a fruitful life honoring God. I hope that inspired you. I hope that was a blessing to you. Now get off social media and go read your Bible.